Start the session. The first 4 questions or 5 questions deal with either misspelled or inappropriate. All the questions are easy. We'll start with question number 1. A preliminary estimate. Any problem with this? By the Agriculture Department. Any problem? Take that. Take the second one. Has shown that crop over 5 lakh acres. What is the spelling of acre? ACRES. So there is a problem here. Was damaged in rains across the state. Nothing wrong with the word across. An easy one, I suppose. We'll go to the second one. The police personnel, you have to stop there. Write 2 words in your notebook. First you write the word personal. Personal means what? Belongs to a particular person. Personal information, personal stuff. The second word, personnel. Spelling is different, so is a pronunciation. Personnel. Personnel means, personnel brackets you write company. You could also write the word organization, company, organization, etc. Below you write means what? Employees. Please come. Employees. Personnel means what? Employees of a particular organization. Have you copied these words? So, the police personnel. What is the right word here? Personnel. You don't have to go beyond, but enrichment point of view, we'll have a look at the sentence. The police personnel have also been deployed. Have also been, which tense is that? Present perfect. Then there's one important word, write the word deploy. Deployed. Deploy means to place in position. To place in position. Usually it goes with, write the combinations, it goes with police, it goes with army, it goes with soldiers, CRPF especially. They have been deployed. Whenever there is a problem in a particular town or a city, the local government tries to deploy the police. That means they take the position. Any eventuality they try to tackle. You all know the word deploy? Fine. Any other word you have to learn? Deployed for crowd management and to ensure that no unauthorized person gains entry and disrupts. Underline the word disrupt, an important word. Write the meaning of the word disrupt. Disrupt means interrupt. Write one word, interrupt. Spoil something, not to happen. Something has been going on, someone tries to spoil that or interrupts, we use the word disrupt. And you have to know the combination, write the combination. It goes with brackets, you write the word services, supply chain, disruption of supply chain, a typical example. Disruption of services, another typical example. Here the combination is also important, they matter a lot. Shall I go to the next one? So this is also an easy one. Question number 3. Further north of India's western coast. Underline the word further, we'll see that later. As such, there is no problem with this word. Further north of India's western coast, the inhibited. Is it the right word? No. First you write the word inhibit. Inhibit means a block. Inhibit, block. Also write the word suppress. You know this word, suppress. And write one more word, the noun form, inhibitions. We all have a lot of inhibitions. Because of that, we can't interact freely sometimes. You know the word inhibitions? Brackets, you write shyness. Write the word shyness. Shy. Another meaning altogether. Inhibit, one meaning block. Inhibitions, something like inside you have a few feelings, they stop you from behaving in a particular way. It is because of nothing but shyness. Have you got it? And sometimes what happens, a lot of emotions we don't express. We try to suppress our emotions. Then there is one important expression, you have to write that. Please write. Pent up emotions. Have you heard of this any time? Pent up, P-E-N-T, pent up emotions means suppressed emotions. Write the meaning of that. Suppressed emotions. We try to suppress our emotions, then eventually that is not a good thing. Pent up emotions are very dangerous. For some time you can hold 20 years, 30 years. Eventually it results in depression and some sort of deviation from normal behavior. So shall I go to the next one? What is the first word you have written? Inhibit. But that is not the right word. It does not go with the context. What is the right word here? Please write. Inhabit. That is the right word. Inhabit means what? To live in a particular place. Inhabit means to live in a particular place, occupy a particular place. This is the verb form, but write the noun form. Please write the word inhabitants. I hope you are getting enough time to write. I am not going fast, am I? Yes, sir. Okay. Inhabitants. I would like to give a few important words that I am taking in a systematic way. So inhabitants means people who live in a particular area. But when you take an island or a remote area, there are some tribal people. They are the original inhabitants. Original inhabitants. They are the people, local people. For that there are 2 or 3 words you have to know. First you write the word aboriginals. Have you heard of this? Aboriginals. First you write 2 words and I'll give the meaning. Then you write the word indigenous. Aboriginals, indigenous people. Generally it goes with, these words go with tribals or people also you could say. Aboriginals goes more with the Australian continent, brackets you write Australia. Specifically we use aboriginals, the original inhabitants of the Australian continent, aboriginals. But indigenous people, general term. You could also write local or native. Indigenous people means what? Local people or native people or original inhabitants. All mean the same. And this word indigenous also goes with, write one more combination, indigenous companies. Please write indigenous companies. Indigenous companies means local companies. When MNCs enter a particular country, now we don't have that problem, but in the past we had globalization, we had a lot of multinational companies coming to our country. So whenever a multinational company goes to a particular country, then the inevitable impact, negative impact, the local industries get wiped out. Indigenous companies, indigenous industries get wiped out. I'm sure you all know, I don't know how many of you know, in the past we had a particular brand soft drink, Gold Spot. Have you heard of that? Gold Spot, orange colored drink. And because of these multinationals, it's a local company. It got wiped out, Gold Spot. That's what happens when MNCs enter a particular country. So the right word is what? Inhabit, inhabitant. And other words are threatened. What are the words for threatened? Endangered. That word you have to remember. And protective, simple word. Ancient, simple word, but also write, underline the word ancient and write one word, primitive. Primitive. Ancient, primitive, belonging to the starting point. Shall I go to the next question? Coastal constructions and unseasonal cyclones are causing soil erosion. Any problem with constructions? Cyclones, erosion at some places and accretion elsewhere, says a resident and government employee. There is a problem with the last word. What is the last word here? What is the spelling of that? Accretion, double C. And write one more word, the verb form, accrue. A-C-C-R-U-E, accrue. To increase, write the meaning of that. To increase because of addition of something. Something keeps adding some layer or something, then we say profits also sometimes accrued to get added. Have you got it? Fine. Shall I go to the next one? So 4 questions or 5 questions? The enemy properties are vetted. This is a bit difficult. Out of 5 questions, if at all one question is challenging, that is this one. But from the context you have to understand, the enemy properties are vetted with the custodian of enemy property. Underline the word custodian. For India, an authority created under the Enemy Property Act. First we will take the elimination approach. Any problem with the word custodian? Any problem with authority? Any problem with under? Now you have to be damn sure about the first one. It is not the right word. What is the right word? Can you tell me? Please write the word vest. Vested with. Write the preposition as well, an important combination. Vested with, not vetted with. Vest means to give the authority. Write the meaning of that. Vested with means to have the authority, to have the power, to have the authority or to have the power to do something. They are vested with power means what? Are you guys here? They are vested with the power means they have the power, they have been given the power. So in my opinion, out of 5 questions you should get 4. Not a big deal. All the 5 anyone. That is also highly appreciable. Very good. We'll go to the next set of questions. What are these about? I hope I'm not going fast. From this end, is the pace okay? Fine. Grammar based error location. You should answer all, but we'll see. First one, damn easy. People has or people have. So you don't go beyond that. Save your time and energy. People have a feeling of tiredness. Underline the word tiredness. During their working hours, underline the word abruptly. That doesn't change the new generation. Context is not easy to understand, but at the outset there is a problem. The very first part. So people has or people have. Simple. Write the word tiredness. I'm sure you all know that. But I want you to write 2 words. First you write the word exhausted. Tired, exhausted. You all know. But the reason for giving, write the word exhaustive. They are entirely different. Exhausted means tired. Exhaustive means I have already given this. There are 3 words you have to. It means complete. Who has said comprehensive? Good. Please write the word comprehensive. And the most important word you have already learned. Holistic. Holistic, comprehensive, exhaustive, they all mean the same. They mean what? Complete, taking every dimension into consideration. Exhausted, tired. What is the next word? This is also an important word, abrupt. Abrupt is the adjective form. Abruptly, adverb. Write the meaning of that. Sudden. Abrupt means what? Sudden. And write a few combinations. First one, when you use this symbol, in this context it means abrupt. You don't have to write the word. This symbol means what? Abrupt. And the combination, abrupt ending. We use this with movies. Sometimes you feel the movie has ended suddenly. Then what do you say? Abrupt ending. One more combination. It goes with transport. Abrupt stop. The bus stopped abruptly. Means sudden stop. Two typical combinations. We'll go to the next one, shall we? Question number 7. The international conference was opened despite, underline the word despite, Turkish attempts to cancel it. Why? Due to the inclusion of presentations on the Armenian genocide. Do you find any error here? How many of you have chosen the fifth option? Raise your hands. Great, I appreciate. Answer is the fifth option, no error. But you got to be very careful. You have to take the subject, verb, phrases, clauses. The international conference, any problem? Was open, which tense is this? Past tense active voice or passive voice? Past tense passive voice. Was open, despite expresses what? Contrast. But here write two words in your notebook. First you write despite of. Is this right or wrong? It's a common error, so mark it wrong. And I'll write one more. Today it looks like you guys are in high spirits. Answer immediately, is this right or wrong? How many of you say right? Raise your hands. Unfortunately it is wrong. Who has said wrong? Raise your hands. Very good. Why is it wrong? It's a common error. A lot of people in our country write in spite of as two words. There are three separate words. So how do you write this? First you have to, in one word, spite, another word, not sprite, spite. In spite of, this is right. They have given in one exam. I am sure almost all the candidates must have thought no error, but this is wrong. You have to write in spite of, three separate words. And what do they have? The same function? What is a function? What do they express? Contrast, obviously. In one exam, they gave a question. Listen very carefully, try to respond. They gave a question, 5 options, 3 options not correct, and the candidates had to choose between despite and in spite of. Which one will you choose? You are left with 2 options in the same question, despite, in spite of. How many of you despite? Raise your hands. How many of you in spite of? Raise your hands. How many of you, sorry sir? Answer is despite. Please write note. Have you written these 2 words? Below that you write note. Despite is a little more formal than in spite of. The context was formal, so based on that, despite is the answer. Despite is a little more formal than in spite of. Only a few candidates know this, so they got stuck, obviously. Shall I go to the next one? That is the last word, or but here I told you to underline one more word. Which one is that? Is the mic on? Please write CIDE. It's a suffix. Please write the suffix. Means what? To kill. First you write this. The word genocide has been given many a time. So now you write the word genocide. Underline the suffix side. So what does it mean? Write the meaning: killing people of a particular race or community. Particular race or community. Hitler tried to kill Jews. That was a case of genocide. And race. 1984, Indira Gandhi was assassinated. In Delhi, many Sardarjis were attacked. Many Sikhs got killed. That was also a case of genocide, but here not race, community. either race or community. That's an important word. But based on the suffix, you have to recollect a few words. I will say the word, you try to respond, tell the meaning. Patricide. Pater means father, killing one's father. Matricide. Killing one's brother. I'll change the question. Fratricide. A lot of students think fratricide means killing one's brother, but do remember, I repeat, do remember, fratricide means killing one's brother or sister. Then what is the word for killing one's sister? Sororicide. What is it? Sororicide. And killing the baby, what is the word? Infanticide. If the baby is killed in the mother's womb, all of you write this word. Good, I appreciate those who have responded. Please write the word feticide. The baby in the mother's womb, the word for that is fetus. Killing the fetus, feticide. Feticide, an important word. Genocide, an important word. Killing insects, insecticide. What is the name or what is the word for study of insects? They have given in some exams. Write the word entomology. There are two words usually students get confused. One is entomology. Write the next word. Below that you write. They have given these two words many a time, especially the second one. So what is the meaning of etymology? Please write the meaning. Study of origin of words. In linguistics, there is a separate branch. Study of origin of words. How words have come into existence. Some people study. That branch is called etymology. And entomology is study of insects. The person is called entomologist. Shall we go to the next question? I think you have got a lot of words based on that question. Paul Cosport and his colleagues. Any problem with the word colleagues? This is error location. Found that lung cancer, any problem? Was more common. Entire context goes into the past. So was more common in non-smokers than was here. If you are exposed to the language, immediately you know there is a problem. Than was general thought or generally thought. The right word here, please, than was generally thought, usually thought, specifically thought. These are the combinations. But generally we say generally thought. So where is the error? D is, it is not correct. Word form related. I'm sorry about that. What is the next one? Thou the heir apparent. Please underline the word. It is not heir. H is silent. Heir apparent of the last Fatimid Caliph spent almost its entire life. Context talks about a thing or a person. Person. Will you say its or his? An easy one. And this is based on subject pronoun agreement. Please make a note. Subject pronoun agreement. If you know what the subject is, if you know the subject is a person, obviously you know that its is not correct. It has to be his entire life. An easy one or difficult one? Please write what is the word over here. I wanted to give something based on. Before this, you use a or an. So please make a note. H is silent. We have to use the indefinite article and before. There are two dimensions. One, before words that begin with a vowel sound or a vowel letter. You all know that. Letter sound is also important. Second dimension, we have to use the indefinite article and before words that begin with a silent H or mute H. Here H is silent. So we have to use. Nowadays they are giving another example. Please write. Many students know this one. But common error, please write the next one. Is this right or wrong? Nowadays they are giving this one. What is the reason? It's a common error. A lot of people say honest person. It is not honest. Honest. H is silent. Based on that we have to say an honest person. Do remember that's a common error. So you have to recollect and consolidate. Underline the word dynasty. Why is this important from the exam point of view? I'll give a clue. It is related to, based on the word you have to recollect the rule that goes with articles. So what comes to your mind? Have you learned articles? Then what comes to your mind? Before any dynasty we have to use a definite article, the. So one of the batches, usually articles interactive, my classes, I give the rule, I ask the students to give the examples. So one batch I gave the rule. Before any dynasty you have to use a definite article, the. So some examples. Immediately one student said Tughlaq dynasty. We have great dynasties in our country, but immediately he said this one. So typical examples are what? The Mughal dynasty, the Gupta dynasty, so many dynasties, great dynasties. Okay, that you have to recollect. We'll go to the next one, shall we? When journalist Bill Freshman had surprised by a radio. Does it sound right? Had surprised by a radio. Grammatically not correct. Advertisement about his next day article. He just sat down and wrote it. So there's a problem with the second part. What is the right word here? Please, was surprised. When he was surprised by something. I hope you guys got it. We'll go to the next one. But anything to learn from this question? Underline the word advertisement. When you go out, you see huge boards, advertisement boards. What is the word for that or those? First you write the word hoardings. Hoardings. That is bracket you write British English. Americans don't use the word hoardings. They use the word, please write billboards. Hoardings, British English. Billboards, American English. Both mean the same. But hoard, write two words. Here bracket you write verb. And also write the word. You have got this recently if you remember. I will ask a question, you respond. H-O-A-R-D, hoard as a verb, what does it mean? Hoarding something. Please write the meaning. Already you have learned. No problem. To store something illegally. So, very good. Please write the meaning. H-O-A-R-D, hoard as a verb. It means to store something illegally. If you remember, I gave the example of petrol. Imagine the petrol price is going to go up and petrol bunk owners, they come to know about that. What they do, they put up the boards, no stock. They have the petrol, but they want to make that extra money. Then we use the word, they are hoarding petrol. This goes with petrol, it goes with provisions, it goes with groceries, all these. Now tell me, what is the meaning of the second word? Hoard means what? You have got recently. If I am not wrong, you got last week this word from the mock test papers. No problem, please write the meaning. Lot of people, large group of people or a lot of people. Very good. Whoever said that, hoard means a lot of people. Does it sound familiar? Lot of people, hoard. And advertisement, there is a joke on that. Shall I share? When it comes to business, you have to advertise. Only then people come to know. So based on that, there is a saying, what is it? Doing business without advertisement is like winking at a girl in the dark. Only you know what you did, the girl doesn't know. We'll go to, is that the last one? Easy or difficult? Error location. Almost all easy, I suppose. I don't think so. Looking at your response, I don't think so. We'll go to the next set. How many questions based on scrambled sentences? 3 questions. You have to get the first one, and when you go through all, you have to ask the question, what is this about? Here, the first of its kind national survey by what? The Directorate General of Defence Estates will assess the present condition and value of what? The enemy properties identified by CEPI. So what is the first one here? Q. How many options with Q? 3 options. But the second one, the first of its kind national survey by the Directorate General. So Q are how many options? Strike off this one. And what is the third one here? Will assess P. How many options with P? So what is the answer here? The fifth option is the answer. Easy one, I suppose. We'll go to the next one. Again, you have to go through all the 4 parts and ask what it is about. So what is the first one here? It is a small town station. We'll start with that. It is a small town station with only 2 platforms, but it is on the main railway route and most trains stop for 2 minutes grudgingly. They shouldn't have used a comma here. Anyhow, what is the first one here? It is a small town station. How many options with S? Strike off other options. And what is the second one? It is a small town station with only 2 platforms. SR. How many options with SR? That is your answer. This is also an easy one based on contextual awareness. What is this about? It is about the steep decline of house sparrows. So what is the first one here? The main reasons for the steep decline of what? House sparrows back then was shrinking green spaces, not enough nesting sites, and modern architecture. Everything falls in place. So what is the first one over here? The main reason for the steep decline, Q. How many options with Q? So you got to spend some time. And what is the second one? The main reasons for the steep decline of house sparrows, QP. How many options? Then strike off the fifth one. And what is the third one? Was shrinking green spaces, S. How many options with S? Only one. So what is the answer here? Second option is the answer. In my opinion, you should get all the 3 right. Have you read the passage? Seriously. Those who have read the passage, raise your hands. Have you answered all the questions? How many questions based on the passage? In my opinion, this is not an easy one. Not easy to comprehend, not easy to answer. Or not all the questions. Some questions, they don't take a lot of time, you can answer. But some questions not advisable to touch also. We'll check which one is worth touching, which one is not worth touching. What is the first one here? According to the passage, which of the following is the reason behind the introduction of novel, underline the word novel, technologies in solving environmental issues? First write the meaning of this word. Means what? New or innovative. Innovative. You all know English novels. Same spelling or different spelling? Same spelling. Then based on that you have to write 2 words. First you write the word fiction. Then you write the word non-fiction. Novels are of two types. Fiction novels, non-fiction novels. Fiction means imagination, creation. Please write the meaning. Fiction means imagination or creation. Non-fiction means factual, based on incidents, based on facts. Non-fiction. But here a different meaning altogether. So what is the answer based on that? Go to the first, what is the question here? Underline reason behind. All of you go to the first paragraph, the first sentence. How does it start? Nanotechnology is a field of research, or no. Modern technology like nanomaterials or carbon dots might be the solution to environmental issues like water pollution. So what is this passage about? The major idea related to water pollution. Am I right? And the solution related to that. What is the first option here? Because of the disturbing integrity of the aquatic environment. I gave the root the other day. Aqua means what? Water. Passage talks about the same thing, the very first sentence. So what is the answer based on that? The first option is the answer. But all said and done, not easy to answer. Do remember. Here you are not under pressure, I am not under pressure. But in the while taking the mock test, under pressure, first to read this and understand. It's an uphill task. Then checking all the options and deciding the right option, not easy. We'll go to the next one. According to the passage, which of the following is a top-down approach to form carbon dots? If you go to the background of the passage, the last paragraph, you have two expressions, top-down, bottom-up. Please go to the last paragraph. There you see the explanation for top-down approach. The top-down approach converts large carbon structures into quantum-sized carbon dots by laser ablation, arc discharge, and chemical or electrochemical oxidation. Which option has all these? Second option, same wording. So what is the answer based on that? Second option is the answer. This is based on explicit information, but you have to spend time to navigate and locate. Question number 16. According to the passage, which of the following is or are the properties of carbon dots? There are two paragraphs. In two paragraphs, they have given all the information. Who has chosen all of the above? That is the answer, but you have to be damn sure about that. Answer is the fifth option. This is not advisable. The previous question. You may ask why. Any question related to true or false in the actual exam, please avoid. If you are really good at English, you get 2 minutes extra time, you don't know what to do, you answered all of the questions, then you attempt. Otherwise, my suggestion, you may ask, sir, why? Why shouldn't we touch these questions? Any competitive exam, objective in nature, they give a few questions. All of you listen very carefully. Shall I? Next to you. This side, this side. Are you here? Listen carefully. Any competitive exam, you have to get in the range of 60% and 80%. It could be for 30 marks or 40 marks. You should get in this range to get the final job, actual job, final selection. And why 80%? Why not beyond that? Usually what they do, those without any preparation can answer 50% questions. For that, no need of any special preparation. But if you spend 6 months or 1 year, you spend a lot of time, you take coaching, then you will be able to answer between 60 and 80 and you get the job. Beyond 80, what they do, 20%, not the entire 20%, at least 5% or 10%, they give very difficult questions. You cannot answer within the stipulated time period. They are known as traps. What are they called? Traps. True false questions come under traps. We all know the word trap. Why is it a trap? To answer a question based on true or false, you have to read the passage 3 times or 4 times. Can you spend so much time on 1 mark? How many marks? Only 1 mark, am I right? And you may get it right, you may not get it right. If you don't get it right, you lose. Negative marking is there. So don't get tempted to answer the questions which are like traps. Be smart, avoid those questions. Shall I go to the next one? What is the question number? 17 or 18? Choose the error part of the bold sentence that divided into 4 parts. Where is the sentence? The attractive properties of carbon nanomaterials, any problem? Have been an extensive studied. Underline the word studied. Before that you have the word extensive. Answer my question, the word extensive, which part of speech is it? Extensive study, adjective. But here studied. Studied is what? A verb. Then you need an adjective or an adverb. Adverb. What is the adverb form of that? Have been studied extensively. So what is the right word here? Please change the word extensive to extensively studied. So based on that, where is the error? You have to respond. B, which one is that? Have you got it? Extensive studied, wrong. Extensively studied, adverb and the verb. We'll go to the next one. How many of you have got question number 17 right? Please raise your hands. That means a tough question. I am surprised. I have been telling you guys, please go to that question, next to it you write. Please write this. Question is about word form. I have been telling you guys, bank exams, quite often they ask questions based on word forms. What does it mean? A right word, a wrong form. A right word, a wrong form. We are supposed to use the adverb form, but they have used the adjective form. In my opinion, these are damn easy questions. Any question based on word forms are easy, provided, I hope you are listening, provided while learning the new words, you learn the word forms as well. There are two levels I will tell in brief. When you want to deal with a particular part of speech, words are nothing but parts of speech. You all know that. 8 lakh words, 8 parts of speech except a and the articles. So usually you have to learn the definition, any part of speech. You have to learn the mind map. You have to learn the rules. These three, level 1. Almost all the candidates across the country, they are good at these three. But exam point of view, you have to have the competitive edge. Then level 2 matters a lot. What comes under level 2? Word forms, word combinations, word usage. Level 2. When you learn a particular word, you have to focus more. Usually we focus on the meaning. Am I right? Meaning is of no use exam point of view. First and foremost, when you come across a new word, you have to know the part of speech. That is the most important thing. If you cannot tell the part of speech of a particular word, you are not ready for the exam. Once you know the part of speech, then you think of the meaning and the usage, meaning and example. But after that, you have to know at any cost the word forms. The same word may have the noun form, the verb form, the adjective form, the adverb form. If you know all the 4 forms, you are ready for the exam. Besides that, any word, English is a combinational language. Any word takes certain other words because combinations are very important. You have to learn the combinations. And the last one, higher level, the highest rather, word usage. What is this word usage? Some words go with formal English, some go with informal English, some go with technical English. You have to know where the word is used. If you know that, you are ready for the exam. So once you know the word form, you will say this is an easy question. But from day one you don't focus on the word forms, then you cannot spot the error. I think hardly 10 students could get it right. That is not acceptable in my opinion. Anyhow, we'll go to the next one. What is the next one about? Which of the following is true according to the passage? I don't want to, have you gone through this? Leave it, I don't want to go through. Please go to the next one. Question number 19. Choose a word that fits both contextually and grammatically in the blank provided in the passage. Where is this blank? How does it go? These are many surface functional groups, extremely small size, large surface areas, excellent water, underline the word water, and superior ability, that is not important, in charge transport, underline the word transport. But what is the first word here? See, this is in my opinion a bit difficult. One reason, you have to know the meanings of all these words, then you can answer based on contextual awareness. Tell me, what is the meaning of dispensability? Please write the word, all of you write this word, indispensable, an important word. First you write this word. We are running out of time. Today I have brought all the words, 60 words from the last week words we got continuously. 60 words you have to answer. We have only 15 minutes. Write the meaning of the word indispensable. Indispensable means essential. essential. Write the meaning. When we say grammar is indispensable, means what? Grammar is essential. Here, what is opposite of that word? Dispensable. Dispensability is a noun form. Does it go with the context? First you have to ask yourself if you know the meaning. Hold that one. Disposable. Dispensable, disposable, both mean the same. Please make a note, these are synonyms. Dispensable, not essential. Disposable, you can get rid of. But write the meaning disposable. To get rid of. Something that you can get rid of. Why am I insisting on this expression? It goes with common errors. To get rid of. A lot of people think get rid of, it has to be double F. It is not double F, it is single F. Get rid of something. Please make a note. What is the spelling of get rid of something or someone? Single F, not double F. Is that clear? So does it, do these words go with the context? Transport is a key clue for you. What is the next one? Insolubility. Hold that one. Soluble, insoluble. You all know. What is the fourth option here? Dispersibility. Write the word disperse and write the meaning. Distribute. Also write to spread out. Let us disperse. After the session I may say let us disperse now. Means what? We go in different directions. To spread out. Have you got the meaning? Hold this option as well. And what is the last one here? Tangible, an important word. First you write the word concrete. Below that you write the word abstract. Leave some space on the right. I'm sure you all know, we have got many a time. Concrete means what? Something you can see or touch. And abstract means something you cannot see or touch. For concrete, the synonym, write the word tangible. And abstract, what will you write? Intangible. Tangible, intangible. Same meaning, more or less. Okay. Does it go with the context? Cannot answer, sir. Give us some time, sir. What is the answer? But to save time, how many of you have opted the fourth option, dispersibility? Answer is the fourth option. Based on two words, one water, the other transport, disperse, movement. We cannot use any other word. Other words don't go with the context. Not easy, so don't feel guilty. Which of the following is most suitable synonym of the bold word moiety? This is a bit difficult. Write the meaning of the word moiety. Means a part of something. One of the meanings. Part of something. Another meaning, something can be divided into two parts. One part is called moiety. But remember this one, based on that, what are the options over here? Can it be integrity? Man of integrity means honest person, above board. And constituent. Constituent has two different meanings. One goes with Indian polity or any polity for that matter. Constituency, the place from where a person contests. You all know that word. Lok Sabha constituency, assembly constituency. But constituent means what? Part. Another meaning is what? Part. Hold the second option. You all know the word mess. Please respond. Mess has how many meanings? Two meanings. You all know one meaning. Because of your lifestyle, age also. You are in a hostel. And when you are hungry, where do you go? You go to the mess. That is one meaning. But another meaning I want you guys to know. Please write the word mess. And it's a phrasal verb. Add the preposition up. Mess up. Means to trouble. One meaning. To spoil. Another meaning. To trouble or to spoil. If you see English movies, quite often they use an expression. Don't mess up with me. If you mess up with me, I will mess up with you. Okay, a typical dialogue. So, does it go with this context? Both the meanings don't go with the context. Division, they want the synonym entirety. No, I said part. Constituent also means part. Based on that, what is the answer? Second option is the answer. Not easy. Tough question, don't feel guilty. Easy question, feel guilty. Do you understand what I say? Tough question, no one can answer. Sometimes even the master cannot answer. That's only a joke, okay? We'll go to the next one. Which of the following is most suitable antonym? Synthesis. This is again a little difficult. First, synthesis means what? Create. We got this word the other day. Natural, synthetic, artificial, created, innovated. Can you use the word blend here? Write the meaning of the word blend. Blend means to mix. Blender, I am sure in the kitchen you use. Blender, mixie, to mix. Blend means to mix. And structure, can you use the word structure? Blend, no. Structure, no. Division, hold this one. Can you use portion? No. Can you use accord? First you have to know the meaning. Please write the meaning of accord. Accord means agreement. Usually, bracket you write, between countries. Between countries. Accord. Some sort of agreement. Does it go with the context? No. Only one word stands out, but that is not the actual word. Which word stands out? Division. Synthesis you create, you divide. Not exactly the right word, but still that is the only option you can consider. Answer is the third option. Which of the following is most suitable synonym of the word toxic? Toxic, write two combinations. One, toxic gases, toxic fumes. Toxic gases, toxic fumes, toxic pollutants, typical combinations. So toxic means what? Dangerous, harmful. Generally we use the word harmful. And what are the options over here? Is it a positive word or a negative word? Toxic. So whole cannot be used, healthy cannot be used. Abide goes with law. I have already given one expression. Please write this. Law abiding citizen. Remember, means what? A person who follows the rules and regulations. Following the rules and regulations is one important word. What is that word? Comply. It takes a preposition with. Comply with rules means follow the rules. Law abiding citizen. I hope you are getting enough time to write. So what is the other word? Does it go with this context? Abide? No. Lethal. Lethal has two meanings. Write one meaning. Dangerous or harmful. Second meaning of lethal, causing death. Causing death. One is dangerous, harmful. The other causing death. And immortal. Mortal, death is there. Immortal, no death. So what is the answer based on that? Fourth option is the answer. These are easy, but one is I could not convinced. 4 easy to answer. Cooling vegetable and edible oil prices. Underline the word edible. Edible means what? Something eatable. Yes. Edible oil prices. India's retail inflation down. There is one clue for you. Underline the word down. The word you choose has to go with the preposition down. Can you use the word collected down? It doesn't go with the context. Pulled down, possibility, hold that one. Attracted, irrelevant word. Drove down, hold this one. Leaved, not at all correct. You have to choose between pulled down, drove down. Here, there is a possibility to get attracted towards the word pulled down. But the answer is, based on the context, drove down, answer is the fourth option. Something has driven, the force behind. The context talks about the force. Then we don't use pulled down, we say drove down. Answer is the fourth option. Next one. India's retail inflation down to 5.88% in November from 6.77% in October. The first time, January. Before you see the options, you have to think of one preposition. Which one is that? Since January. So what is the answer? Very good. That's what I expect from you guys. Since January. After that, what do you have? This year that consumer prices have. Underline the word have. Sorry. You need a verb in the past participle form. Have eased. Hold that one. Can you use the word deter? Remember, I'll give the meaning, but have risen. Rise, rose, risen. Context deals with prices, inflation. So appropriate, hold that one. Can you say proclaimed? Underline this word, I'll give the meaning. Can you use the word worried here? So it has to be either eased or risen. It talks about what have slower than 6% tolerance threshold, which is a right word here, eased or risen. Answer is the third option, risen. Because risen, have risen slower than, eased slower. We don't use the word eased. Ease has two different meanings. Right now I would like to give the meanings of words. First you write the word ease. Ease means comfort. Write one example. He speaks with a lot of ease. He speaks with a lot of ease. Means he is not tensed up. He speaks comfortably. Have you got the meaning? Okay. But another meaning, to reduce. Reduce, that goes with quantity, intensity. I'll give the example, then you understand. Have you copied the meaning? The rain has eased off. OFF. The rain has eased off. Initially heavy rain. After some time the intensity got reduced. Then what do you say? The rain has eased off. A different meaning. We'll go to the, shall I go to the other? Some more words I said I would give the meanings. Deter. That's an important word. Write the meaning. Deter means to discourage. In fact, I used this word yesterday. We use a noun form. What is a noun form? Deterrent. Please write the noun form. Deterrent. Today we have, many countries have nuclear weapons. You all know that. But they only act as deterrents. That means they discourage others to use the weapons. Deter means to discourage someone from doing something. That goes with polity, an important word. And write the meaning of the word proclaim. Proclaim means to declare publicly. To declare publicly. Publicly. Public declaration. Publicly you declare, proclamation. An important word. You got the answer, we'll go to the next one. 26, not convinced. Food price risen faced by consumers. The key says inflation. Inflation to an 11-month low of 4.67%. But other words also don't go with the context. Can you use blowing up to? Cannot use a phrasal verb. Order irrelevant. We'll take elimination approach. Raising. Raising to an 11-month low. Low, then you cannot use the word raise. Not, they're contradictory. Build up to. Can you use build up? No. It's all about prices and inflation based on that third option, but grammatically there is a problem. Some problem with grammar, sentence pattern. Only one word stands out, that is a third option, inflation. Shall I go to the next one? This is easy, but rural consumers faced a greater what? Tax? You can consider, hold that one. Misfortune? No. I don't know from where they select these options. How many of you know the meaning of the word albatross? It's a bird. Marine bird. Has she said bird? Very good. Marine bird. And there's a speciality about related to this bird. When it spreads its wings, they are like 9 feet or something. It's a very big bird. It is usually seen near the South Pole. Not close to the South Pole, but near the South Pole. Albatross. And it is known for migration, bird migration. Why does it come here? I don't understand. Not the word to be used over here. Delight. Can you use the word delight? Context is negative. What is the word you can use? Either tax or burden, but a greater burden. Burden is the right word. Answer is the fifth option. How many questions do we still have? What are these about? Praise replacement. You should answer all the three. The parties could barely function as they come across or as they came across. What is the reason? Underline the word could. Past. Then you have to say as they came across. Come is not the right word. It should be in past. Which option says that? Come, not correct. Came under. Came, okay, fine. Under, across, we will consider later. Not correct. It is not correct. And what is the option you are left with? The parties could barely function as they came under severe restrictions. What is only one option you can consider? Which one is that? Second option. On what basis? Grammar knowledge. Context goes into the past. Could, then you cannot use the verb come. And how many options with came? As it is not correct. What is the reason? Parties, don't off. Parties singular or plural? Then you cannot use it. An easy one. 29. However, concerns over the environmental impact of the projects. Concerns, underline the word concerns. Concerns singular or plural? Can you say has raised by? No. You need no. So what is the answer? Have been raised by local conservationists. Have been raised. Which tense is that? Present perfect active voice or passive voice? Please make a note. Present perfect passive voice. Though he studied until class, does it sound right? So here he has studied or he studied? He studies, not correct, not correct. What is the answer? Though he studied until. Then you have to recollect two words. First you write the word until, then you write the word till. Both mean the same. Originally Old English until. Till came into existence later. So now we use the word till, but both mean the same. Until, till. You got to be careful with the spelling. Until single L, till double L. Is that clear? Who has got all the three correct here? This also a bit surprising. I am going to ask you questions, you have to respond.